And a very good morning to everybody. Welcome to the Apex Brotherhood official live stream. We are now live. It is 7 a.m. in London, it's 10 a.m. in Dubai, and it's 8 a.m. in Madrid. So, marhaba, assalamu alaikum, bienvenido, ¿cómo está en este hermoso día? I hope you're well. Estoy feliz como una partiz. It's all good. It's all good in the hood. So welcome. We're now live, and I'm probably a little bit less prepared than I was last week. So last week went all right though. I quite enjoyed it. Thanks very much for all your likes and comments, and we'll see how we get on this week. As I say, this is unscripted, so let's see what is good in the hood for the second time today. What we'll do is I'm going to give you an update on the small account. I am going to do the opening the account. So might be a little bit boring for 10 minutes. Then we'll have a look at the charts. We'll have a little look at the Apex Brotherhood's offerings as well. I was on Discord this morning, just looking at trades for today. Markets, what have they been like? It's been a little bit, I don't know, I think they're kind of stuck just now, although we've had some good moves on Aussie dollar to the upside, but through my analysis, I think that's ready to drop and turn and change direction, but it's still got room to the upside yet. So if you're in, it's early, probably, but we'll have a look at it anyway and see how that's looking. That's always my, so it's establishing itself as my favourite of all my 22 pairs. My pairs are whittling themselves down as this challenge goes on. You know, there is some that stand out. Some are just a little bit too rangy, and unless you want to just bounce the moves, depends what mood you're in. You know, sometimes bouncing a ranging market is a good way to just chip away at the money that's on the table and get some profits out of it. Last week, the small account didn't go great. It was a couple of losing days. I had a stressful week, to be honest. I wasn't being fully honest with myself. Last week, I was going on holiday, so that introduces a little bit of stress about getting ready, the journey. Have you got everything? Where are you going to go? What are you going to do? Yeah, the holidays can be stressful as well as relaxing. You know, you've got to set them up in the correct way to get the most out of them, I think. It depends what kind of person you are as well. So you've got to be honest with yourself about that too. I had 3 full days at work, and then I had the stream on Thursday, and then I left for a long 7.5 hours, 8 hours, I think it took us door to door from where I am in Scotland down to I suppose it would be the East Midlands or East Midlands of England, East Yorkshire. Is that the Midlands, or is that the North, or is that the South? I don't know. England's all south to me up here in Scotland. Let's have a look and see what's what. First of all, we'll look at the news. That's probably the most sensible thing to do. That's what I like to do first every day. I did look at it yesterday, so I'm just going to share my screen, hopefully. Hopefully I'm still on microphone, you can hear me, and the music's not too loud. Let me know in the chat if the music is too loud. It does vary slightly, so I'll try not to mumble as well. My son told me I was mumbling yesterday, so I'll try and keep my voice at a nice audible level. Okay, so here's Baby Pips. Should really look at the Apex Brotherhood one on the Discord. We do get notifications ahead, just kind of 10 minutes ahead of each news event happening, which is really good. If you're signed on in Discord on the phone, it pops up, reminds you, comes up if you've got Discord on in your laptop or desktop, and it's just that added bit of insurance that you're aware of what news is about to happen. So we've had the Chinese news. Nobody's trading Chinese currency. Really, it's too controlled, perhaps, to be something that's a kind of free-flowing market to be tradable. But it's probably going to get there in the future. The yuan. So we've got pound news just happening now. So I'll stick on the pound dollar chart above just to see what's happening on that. I'm always on the 4 hour, so it never looks like there's much happening. A little spike to the upside there at 7 on the 15 minute, and it's kind of gone back to where it started. Doesn't look significant. Maybe a move of about 80, 85, 8.5 pips, so nothing much, but that can obviously move over the next couple of hours as London opens. This afternoon we have initial jobless claims on the dollar. That is high impact as well. The Brotherhood does share medium impact news as well. Feel free to follow the link on the YouTube description page to the Brotherhood Discord, and you can join up. There is a lot going on in the Discord. I'll have a quick look at it actually while we're talking about it. There's Will and Ewan, the founders. I always think founders is a little bit culty, but yeah, we'll go for founders. There's lots of benefits to joining the community. They're all detailed here. You've got the group chats, you've got the weekly meetups, you've got the Discord. This morning I was on Discord ahead of this stream, so any trades I've taken, I didn't this morning, but any trades that are being taken or looked at, you can get ahead of the curve. Keep up with us on the Discord. Sam also goes into the Discord and shares his trading on the NAS, and Evan as well has been known to be in the Discord live too. So that's only available if you're a member. There's community only content. You know, we do have, in fact, here's the Discord here. Just an overview, you know, all these different channels. You've got the streaming. You've got the streamings for us streamers to keep up to date with each other. So you've got the chat room where just general chat. We're still talking about trading. We try not to. We try and keep things to their channels, but yeah, it's just general life stuff. What friends would talk about. Challenges, the 100 to 1000. I put my updates in there for that. There's exclusive events that might come up from time to time. Merch, we've got some good hoodies and things available for purchase with the Apex Brotherhood logo on it. There's daily quotes, I like that one. Quote for today, I'll have a look at it. I don't want to click on it and on here. Show your hustle, so what else are you up to that's making your game tip top? Sense, so what are you wearing? What's doing well for you? What you wearing day? What you wearing night? Clothes, outfits. You know, you've got to keep the look up, present yourself. How you are at anything is how you are at everything. So you've got to put that first impression across, and that does translate into your trading. Be the best version of yourself. Cigar and whiskey room. Not into either, but if you are, that's the place to go. We'll give you some hints and tips on what is best on these fronts. Whiskey from Scotland, you know. I used to work in the airport, and every day I would go through and see all the thousands of different whiskies on offer. Some of them costing more than my car. Some exclusive whiskies in there. Lots of special editions. You know, you can buy casks and everything these days, you know, or get out to the distilleries and get these first editions. A lot of people I know like to do that, and it's an investment. You know, it's another form of trading, but also it's a drinkable commodity as well as our whiskey. So you've got all the things trading related down here, and health and fitness. You know, another key aspect to life is maintaining a healthy body, a healthy mind, a healthy attitude, and a healthy profits come from all those things combined together with a good strategy and a games room. So you can do live streaming games. Not something I've done for a while. chess if you're a chess player, and we like our poker. I still really don't know how to play poker, but I did all right the first week, beginner's luck, which is often a feature of trading as well. You know, don't fall for beginner's luck. We know the lessons that can be need to be learned from that. Okay, so that's the Discord. The cost £30 a month currently. Get in there whilst that offer is remaining at that price. You can reduce it by signing up for a year, and it takes it down to £25 a month. You know, what's that? A coffee or two a week, every week. That's the price of it. It's not a lot, and you get all these benefits out of it. And then obviously we've got the Apex Brotherhood official YouTube channel. That's us there. Like and subscribe. Just remember to do that. Double check if you haven't. If you've got 2 accounts, like and subscribe on both. If you've got family or friends, whether they're interested or not, let's drive this. Let's make it bigger. Let's drive interest. Let's do that so that we can bring in more traders who can contribute to the Brotherhood and make this all a better experience for everybody. Okay, so onto the Vantage account. As I say, the Vantage, now that was playing a lovely video last night when I looked at it of this racing car driving around the track. Thought that was going to be pretty stylish. Oh, there it goes. Excellent. Like that. Got to say, it is quality. So Vantage, worldwide, something like they've got 5 million traders signed up with them, so it's a big massive, it's very Scottish, big massive company, and I have signed up for my account, and I'll just talk through how I did that now. We'll just go and open the account. Okay guys, I think the sound, we're having issues with the sound there. Remember, like and subscribe. I will just we'll try and fix that, and we'll go back through opening the account on that screen with the screen share in a bit once I've worked out the setting. I think it's probably something to do with the sound output. That's actually a pre-recorded video of me just opening that account, so it's not working correctly. I think it's something to do with the output cable. It's a complicated setup to stream. It isn't something I realised was going on in the background. Okay, so let's have a look at the chat. Let's say hello to everybody. I believe I can bring it up here. I'll save that. And yes, okay, so chat. We've got, yes, Will Davey is official, our founder. Not a cult leader. You know, I don't know, what is it about the word founder sounds like a cult to me. I don't know. Welcome, Will. Good to see you. Thanks for the support for joining us so early this morning, because it is pre-market. Yeah. Evan, we have Ghetto Dragon, the last Rebel Trader. Easy Scott, how's you this morning? I am good. I'm dabbing away. We've got 50 Cal. Morning, Cal. How are you today? Good to see you. Morning, bro. And then we have Will has reposted the stream. Thank you. I see we got some interested on X last week. so that was good to see. The number of views on X and the number of views on YouTube as well. We've got Unbiased Trader saying good morning. So good morning, Unbiased Trader. Good to have you here again. That's nice. And here we go with the just a few comments about the sound. Yeah, sorry about that. I think I know how to fix it. I don't want to do it right now because that is just going to annoy, and I can't talk and do the. I can't even think and talk at the same time. See what I mean? I can't fix the settings, and I can't at the same time as talking. But it's not a big deal. We'll just talk about the small account. Basically, I've opened my account and I've put £100 in. In that process, the Vantage require you to provide your personal details, sign up to their privacy policy. The let's have a look. The code, which you'll not see. Yeah, so that code. Follow the link in the description. The founders may get a small commission if you maintain your account and put money in it. So that's disclosed. It's not a recommendation as such, but it certainly ticks all the boxes for what we need. So yeah, sign up. You provide your identification, so like your driving license, passport, whatever. You add the money into your account. You verify it through your email, through your mobile, your phone number, just to have a credentials there. And once you put your money in, it took less than a minute, I think, for the account to be opened. You get your MT5 account number, MT5 password, which you can change to suit. And I changed the leverage. The leverage is standardized at 500 to 1 or 1 to 500, whatever way you want to look at it. And I changed it to 1 to 100. That's, I think, all you need for growing the small account. 500, you're probably going to be pushing the bounds of what could destroy your account. If you want to be in this for the long term, then you don't really want to be pushing it. Most successful traders are those who manage their risk at a low level and slowly grow. And theoretically, if I stick to my rules, it would be nigh to impossible for me to blow an account. But the psychology comes in, and I don't know anyone that hasn't broken the rules at some point. But going by my rules, the increase and decrease in risk as account balances increase and decrease accordingly, especially with prop. You should always be ahead of the curve and not being able to blow your account to take it down to a level that is going to make it not tradable. So that's the way I like to operate. There are different ways of doing it. I'm not saying that's the only way. Some people have demonstrated success with, a very, very low win rate, but a very, very high R, you would call it, I suppose. I don't really do risk reward or things like that, but it's important as a good gauge and measure of, and not in itself, R is irrelevant in itself, but R along with win rate that tells you something. And just talking about that, I do have remember to like and subscribe. I do have a compounding chart. So basically, for the 100 to 1000 challenge, I need to put my glasses on for this actually. It's very small on my screen. Yeah, for the 1 to 100 challenge, 100 to 1000 challenge, it just shows you that initially this is risk to reward versus win rate. Yeah, okay. So that's a slightly different thing to what I was about to talk about. But it just shows you the difference there between how win rate against risk to reward changes. As 1 to 1 is looking nice, isn't it?
And then you just need higher than a 50% win rate at 1-to-1 to be profitable, which is all you need. You just need that edge, that slight edge over the losing strategy. If you've got 2-to-1, sorry, I can't even read that there. Yeah, 2-to-1, it becomes, you know, you can have still be profitable at a higher win rate strategy. I'm probably 2 to 3-to-1 because my win rate is generally, and it has been over 2 to 3 years, has been somewhere in the region of 75%, roughly 70 to 80, sometimes 80 plus, and that means that I can take a little bit more risk with my trades. You know, my stops can be wider. But the main issue I've had with not maintaining that profitability or not establishing myself as having a track record of profitability and pretty much break even, is that I don't accept when I'm wrong, and I don't accept the loss when it happens. I think you get lulled into that false sense of security when you've got a higher win rate that you're not losing. So it's sorry, I can't find myself. There I am. Oh, that's not me. Where am I? I am here. There we are. Yeah, so you can lull yourself into that false sense of security that you're winning and you don't lose because it's a less frequent occurrence. I suppose I see the more 1-to-1 traders, I see them much more accepting of losses than the likes of me. Okay, we'll not bother with the opening the account on this occasion. I can possibly do that as a separate standalone video because it is pretty boring. You know, here's how to open an account, here's how to set up MT5. But some people might be at a stage where they literally have not opened their first account and they want to join in this challenge. So yeah, let's do a separate video for that, I think, rather than share it in the live stream this morning due to the sound issue. Okay, we'll have a quick look at the charts. Do I have anything else on my very small list of things I'm going to talk about? No. Okay, we'll have a quick look at the chat. Anyone for anyone? No, just about the sound. That's fine. Okay, I see the pound dollar did it spike up and it's now retracing on that. Let's get that on the screen so you can see what I'm talking about. We'll go for MT5 screen share. There we go. Okay, yeah, so that's what I was looking at there. I was just looking at the pound dollar. Our 7 o'clock candle is here. Let's see if my annotator's working today. It wasn't like in MT5 last week. Let's see if we can get... Oh yeah, oh wow, I like that. Right, so yeah, that's our 7 o'clock candle there. And we've gone up to here and then back down again. That's what that's done. News-wise on the pound, not sure what it was, if it was what the news was. I'm guessing it was pretty much as expected. Looking at that, I'll just refresh the baby pip screen on the other screen and let's see what it says. My internet has been very slow the last couple of days. I'm not sure if it's... I use a VPN. I've got a dedicated IP just to try and maintain the same IP address, but it can be pretty slow at times. Let's have a look and see. So today, and on the high impact news, we have the GDP month on month was 0.5% over a forecast 1%. So that's positive, isn't it? Yeah, that's positive. So slight positive there. The other two were minus 0.5% and minus 0.1%. So manufacturing production month on month
was 0.1% down instead of the expected 0.1% up. So guessing that's negative, which it is. So maybe they balanced each other out. Who knows? We don't know what I don't know what the future traders are thinking about these things. Sometimes there's more of a move to correct or to take profit prior to the real move happening, from what I see. Right, we'll have a look at Aussie USD, my good old favourite. So I put a fib on there. I'm not saying that's the top. It's not until it comes back to the 23. Well, I was saying 76 there, but until it comes back to the 23, then your fib is not really being established. So, I mean, that would be a nice area here. You've got S1 support level, but it's above the central pivot, I would call that. So I would potentially be expecting it to go into there today before it decides what it's doing. But I do think I can't move the screen about with this. I can't move the screen about when I've got the thing on. Oh no, that's staying where it is. Oh well, yeah, that doesn't work. Yeah, I expect it to go into there, but I would also expect a possible. There's still room to the upside. So where's the 127? If that was turned into the 23, potentially down to here. You know, these are good targets, but it's also got room to the upside as well. Let's have a look. These are just going to stay on the screen. I'll just get rid of them. Yeah, there's the 127. So potentially, if that's the top, but is it the top? We've got this move as well. We could say that that's more of a move there, but it's just been up, 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 isn't it? So what's the MACD telling us? MACD's telling us it's still up for sure on the 4 hour, and we've got lower highs on here despite higher highs here, which suggests it's running out of steam and coming to the end of its run up, which it is. I mean, strength wise on these monitors here, my nice little strength indicators tell me that Aussie dollar has reached a peak in the M15 and heading down, which to me suggests it's down for today. In the hour it can't possibly go too much higher, so looks like it's going to want to retrace in the moment, and it's heading down. Dollar has already turned on the 15 and heading up on the hour also, so, and it's a low on the H4, the dollar, suggesting it can only go up, but it's still heading down strongly in the daily. So yeah, dollars, yeah, I would say dollar is looking up, but I don't think the move to the upside on Aussie dollar is over yet. I think we've got a retrace coming up for today, perhaps. That might then trick us into a surge prior to Friday tomorrow, which is often the case, is that you think, oh, it's turning, I'm going to get in today on the shorts, and then what happens, it goes even higher and it traps you before the weekend. How many times has that happened to me? Happened to me last week, happened to me the week before. I'm going to stop trading Fridays. I think that's my new rule. Okay, so we're looking good there for an upcoming short. Also looking at the COT report, the Commitment of Traders report out of Chicago. Is it Chicago? Chicago Mercantile CME, is that they do it? Chicago Mercantile Exchange. The COT report looks like there's a lot of shorts coming in from the institutional traders. So as we are all buying, they're lining up their shorts, and it looks like that's the way it's about to change and go. And certainly Aussie across the board is at the top of the strengths. It's the strongest on every time frame, bar the 15 at the moment. We've had that little bit of relief on the 15 just now, but Aussie's hitting the strengths right across the board at the top. Dollar and yen are pretty much across the board at the bottom, but yeah, that's how it's looking for today. I would say dollars up for today, so we would be looking to buy dollars and sell everything else for today, I think. Let's move on. So am I taking a trade on that? I might potentially just... I'd be looking for shorts for the moment, but only down to this. Well, as a fair value gap as well. And if that is a top, it would be on the H4 hitting the 23.6 retracement on a fib, if that stays that top for the moment. But I would also expect it to potentially go up to the 127 after that. I don't think that necessarily confirms it's turned. I think that's just what we might get today. Am I repeating myself? I think so. Let's move on. Euro USD, that would be my next port of call to have a look. Nice and easy, steady, eddy market on the Euro USD. Nice one to trade if you're just a beginner trader. Let's have a look at what it's doing here. You've got that up there, you can see it. Yeah, cool. Right, what is it doing? Why have I got a moving average on here? I've got like a 200 moving average. I don't remember putting that on, but it's certainly above it and staying above it on the H4. Okay. So what we're looking at here. We're at the top of the Bolly band and it's ranging. It's not really moved for a day or so by the looks of it. Just that range of 50 odd pips. So nice and slow, nice and easy. Can't get caught out too badly on the euro dollar if you're trading that. I'm just going to have a little sip of my coffee with my Apex Brotherhood mug. May soon be available for purchase. Join the Discord, keep an eye. Yeah, so it's dropping possibly along with the pound news this morning. We're hitting the central pivot if you're trading support and resistance levels as traditionally traded. I like them. It does respect them. The price. It's a good along with other things. You get the confluence of all different things to find your targets to trade to or from. I like them. Let's have a quick look at the chat before I go on. We have Jay Blogs in the house. Nice, Jay. Good to see you. Looking good. Don't know where you are in the picture, but it looks lovely. Could be somewhere in the Far East, maybe. Good old Scott. Thank you, Jay. Good to see you. And Jay saying also, great work. I appreciate the compliment. And we have In the Wilds, Elias In the Wilds trades. Nice to see you. Morning, Scott. Good morning to you too. I will switch it off so it's not up there all the time. Yeah, good to see you all in today. It's been I'm surprised at how much interest we've had, which is good. Right, let's see what we're doing. I've already said we're looking to buy dollar and sell everything else. That candle tells us that, but is it just tricking us before the London Open? Let's have a look and see what we might do with this. Because generally when it's above the central pivot, it does kind of hold. So I like to look for longs, and it's already touching back. Or is that the central pivot? No, yeah, it's already touching back onto that middle area there. What is that? Could be a fair value gap. Very small one. Yeah, so it's already touching onto there, so we need to see what it's going to do. If it breaks through, then we're trading down to the support level here. Because it's right on it at this time of the day, it can break and continue down into the middle of the Bolly, the 20 moving average here. That would be a nice target too. Will we put a fib on it? That could be interesting. I'll put a fib from here to here. I hate how I've got that red now. I need to get it changed, but Let's change it to black because let's just leave it. Right, yeah. So yeah, that would be also be the 23 for that up move here after the gap and down on over the weekend. So yeah, that could be a nice target, but we'd want it to break through here and clear. Well, let's go at a lower time frame because that's in the H4. Yeah, it's certainly gone down. Yeah, be very careful about that. That's red, 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 isn't it? Let's have a look. Yeah, so we could have a little bit of a bounce off this up to here with the potential to go back up to here. Yeah, I would want it to clearly break and hold below these lows along here, and then potentially take it down to, well, it's equal to these lows here, which would make that the 23.6 on the fib, the S1 level, and the centre of the volley on the H4 again. And how's the MACD looking on this? It's looking down, down, down on the M15 obviously after all these. But I would be very careful because it is going to resist that midpoint on our pivots. So it's a little bit in the middle, and it's a case of wait and see, I think. But I think that's what it's got the potential to do. On the hour, yeah, it's turning down as well on the MACD from what I can see there, and it's in negative territory on the RSI. Well, not negative, below 50 should I say. So it's looking down. Might want to retest the middle again, but yeah, shorts, I'd be looking for shorts I think on Euro USD, but it does have room to bounce here first, so I would just be careful with that. Pound dollar, anyone else looking to trade anything different this morning? Does anyone think I'm talking nonsense in my analysis? I like to be challenged. I like to be, yeah, when you're challenged, you can take that as an opportunity to either establish your opinions and your analysis as being correct, or to review. You know, you've got to keep spinning the wheel round of decision making as you get information. You know, you get that information, you decide what your options are, you decide what action you're going to take, you review it, you see, you get feedback, potentially by putting on a small trade to see, does it immediately go against you? Well, if it does, then you're potentially wrong. And if you're right and it goes for you, then add into it. You know, don't be scared. You know, the temptation when a trade's going for you is to start taking profits off it. But if you keep reevaluating what's happening, then there's a potential to add in and increase your exposure when it's going for you. It seems counterintuitive to take it off the table, but it does work too. You've got to look at what's happening, look at the facts, look at the movements, keep reassessing the decision you made, because as the markets change, that decision can change from being right to being wrong, even though you were right in the first place. So that's the key. That's the key. Okay, Euro USD. I said pound USD. So we're going to cable. Let's have a look. Where's cable? Where's it got? I do look at GJ as well, but we'll look at cable first. So some similar thing happening on cable to euro as we would expect. It's not quite moving as strongly as euro from what I can see here. I'm just trying to get these candles smaller. There we go. It's just not sitting well on the screen because of that big up move there. Okay. Right, we're looking at that there, I suppose. We've got the daily high here, daily low here. We've got our central pivot level in it here. I don't know where the R numbers have gone at the side, so that'll be, is that R1 there? R2. So it's bounced nicely right off our R2, and then it's crashed right down through R1 back to the central after the news. So if we're trading against the dollar, or buying the dollar, sorry, today, we'd be trading against the pound. So potentially looking for shorts, but because it still is holding in this nice range just above the central pivot, I would be, yeah, I'm a bit confused today. But then again, the markets confuse you every day. So I'll be looking to see what it does with this central range again, same as the euro. If it breaks and holds below, it's still got a bit to go to get to this low here, the daily low from yesterday. But that is also at the support 1 level. So it could be heading back down to make another attempt at this. Do we have much room for the upside here? It's not looking like it wants to go back up at all there. You've got a fair value gap here, but it's already taken a high here and continued lower, so not likely to want to take that fair value gap. You know, just because there's a fair value gap doesn't mean it's going to get filled in this move. It will get filled at some point, I'm sure, but once it's committed to a direction, it's not going back just to take a fair value gap. There are some that line up nicely, and you know that they're a target, but that one's not a target, I wouldn't say. Okay, what we're doing on here. So we'll start in the higher time frames. I'll just look at H4 for the moment. Oh wow, look at that range. It's not doing much at all. It's heading down slightly on the it's down on the MACD. RSI is also above 50 and looking to test that middle ground. So it's not down. It's not confirmed down for me yet on the H4. Is it turning on the H1? Yeah, it's gone below the RSI 50, heading down. It's also got the cross on the MACD. We're looking at the, oh, why is that not working? Doesn't want to make my candle smaller. Sorry about that. Yeah, we'll just need to live with that and say it's crossed there and it's held. Or is it held? Yeah, it's crossed definitely on that candle. And it's in a bit of indecision just because it's in the central range here. It's in the it's possibly going to retest the 50 in the RSI. So yeah, it's in the middle. Not really much happening with that either. It's not showed its hand yet, I would say. Any questions on that, guys? Just let me know. Let me know. Right, where are we at? Pound. Right, I said JPY was good to trade. What's happening with what's good to trade against the JPY today? It's still got room to the downside, the yen. So USD, JPY, buying USD, JPY could be a good one. The yen's kind of, it's bottoming out, but it's got room to go to the downside. I would say dollar's sitting above it in the 15 at the moment, but dollar's sort of bottoming out below the yen on everything else, and the time frames above that, so it's probably not too much. But pound, so pound yen. Now that looks nice. It's holding below the level here. It's tried to break higher. It's touched the support level here, but it's gone through. I would say that's probably wanting to go into there. There could be a nice 20 pips. 20 pips. It's been at R1 yesterday. Is that today's high? No, that's not today's high. That's today's high. Sorry, I'm talking quietly there. I feel like I'm talking to myself. Yeah, I think you could have potential 20 pips into there, but I wouldn't say R1 was a target there because it's already been there, but it's in a bit of a tight range, I suppose. Let's see what the 15-minute looks like. Looks like it's gone down, or about to turn down just now on the 15. It's going to take that fair value gap. I reckon it'll bounce off that and head higher by the looks of it. And once it does, you know, you could have a nice little entry here. Let's see what my pip size would be on that. If I can find my pip size calculator, which I do not have open. Position size calculator. Yeah, I would like to take a nice entry there. So let's see, what would my, is it going to be an A, B or a C trade? Let's have a look. Okay, I forgot you guys are here and I feel like I'm just doing my chaotic trading that I don't want anyone to see, but I'm going to share this with you. Okay, it's down on H4, but it's bouncing a little bit, so that's down. That's in the RSI. It's bouncing off the 50. It's down, but it's maybe just taking a bounce off that 50. So I would say it's down. It's down on the H4, even though that looks clearly up from the chart. But it's wanting to go down. It has turned. It's turned here. This little swoop here is a turn. It's down. It's down but bouncing. So we'll say neutral. Neutral, I would say. Yeah, because it's right in the middle of the RSI. That's down for sure. Price action is clearly up, but stalling. So it's neutral. We'll say neutral. H1. It's wanting to head up. It's the MACD is turned. We've got some positive in the histogram. We've got a higher low on that, which would indicate the strength of that down move is potentially exhausted. It's wanting to head up, but we've had a spike here. Is that just because it's not broken through here and it's not closed through here on the bottom of the volley? Ooh. Yeah. Put my money where my mouth is here. So that is, so overall, up with a bounce on the RSI. The volley, look, depending on the time frame, that would have closed below there. So it's not a hard and fast rule that the body needs to close below. However, it's indicative of being up but resisting this 50 in the volley. So are we going to get another push to the downside first? I don't know. I think we're good. I think we're good. We're going to go in the 15 here. So I'm going to take, that's wanting to switch down, but it's not firmly closed. It's looking to go below in the RSI, but this candle hasn't closed yet. I think the sensible thing would be to wait till 8 AM to another 10 minutes, just see what that does. But I would be looking to put my entry here, and I would be looking to sort of enter here and then trade up into this fair value gap here. If it's going to take that high, I might just come out, TP it just at this high, because that would require a new high. But we're saying that dollar's heading up. We are saying that dollar's heading up, and we're saying that yen's got room to the bottom. So is that the right way around? It is. I think it's a good one for me. Right, position size. That would be a C trade. So my position size would just be a tiny little 0.25. I can't even do that with that. Okay, 0.25. So we'll put the order in, and we should wait till 8 o'clock. What are we doing pips wise? Or have we missed the boat? That's a nice little spike there, but that could just be ready. Yeah, I reckon we could push 300 pips, but potentially we want to be thinking about coming out here at 30 pips. We want to come out here at 20 pips. Maybe just take a partial there. So I'll put an alert on at the 20 pips mark, and then we'll do 300 for 30 pips for our take profit. And we'll do 30 pips 1-to-1. I like risk reward. Where's that going? That's going down here at S1. I would say I would be careful of that, so I'll just take that down to, yeah, we'll call it 50 pips. We'll see what that does. And I'll put a trail on when it hits the 200 pips, 20 pips, sorry, points. We'll just put a trail on just to lock in our profits. But I will also take partials when that alert goes off. Not that there's much of a partial in a 0.25. Okay, that'll do us for that. That was on GJ. Oh, GJ, yeah. I was saying UJ. Let's have a look at UJ. Now, UJ is definitely wanting to head up the way. Am I talking? Yeah, okay. Greetings from MGN. I hope you had a wonderful birthday yesterday, MGN. That was it was good to see you celebrating in style. Hope it all went good. Welcome this morning. Okay, it's 10 to 8, 8 minutes to 8. So we'll wait and see what happens with that GJ trade. Just to confirm, because I was talking about UJ, so let's just make sure we've not got mixed up here. I would say pound is actually just kind of hovering on the strengths. It's actually dropping slightly on the M15. Yen is going above, so that would tally with the lower entry point I just put. And on the pound, on the hour, it's wanting to go up and the yen's wanting to go down. So we'll stick with that just now. 8 o'clock is a dangerous time to trade. So hence the small size, hence the C trade. UJ will not trade this because we've already got a exposure to the yen. I don't like to. I tend not to. I don't like to, but I tend not to trade two pairs against the yen at the same time. I will trade multiple dollar pairs. I try not to trade any more than 3 pairs at a time. Just depends what's happening. Sometimes it's beneficial to be in 3 trades and they all kind of work out at slightly different times, so you just monitor them and can take the profits when each one reaches fruition. Okay, so USD JPY, let's have a look at that. We've got 5 minutes until Evan and Sam look to come in. I don't think I can see them in the guest area to come on the stream. I'm not quite sure how to work all that, to be honest. So hopefully they'll be able to add themselves. Right, yen. We'll have a look at H4 first, which we're on. So we've had the move to the upside here. It's broken through the top of the volley. It's come crashing right down, retested the 50, the 20 moving average, sorry, on the volley. Then it's ranged. And it spiked out that bottom of the volley there. And it's currently bounced itself off the the S1 level and is heading back towards the central pivot range here. So the question is it going down or is it going up? Certainly looks down on here from the price action. It's not confidently reached the Bolly outer band at the bottom yet. It is on the lower side of the CPR, so it's wanting to go down, which is going against everything I'm saying about the dollar wanting to go up at the moment, which it is still. It does want to go up. So how are we reading this? That spike rejects that bottom side, I suppose. So that's telling us a little bit of reversal might be in there. But what have we got on the MACD? MACD is not crossed. Well, sorry, it has crossed here. So yeah, it's crossed here. Wanted to go up here and stopped and went back down. So it is wanting to turn to the upside. RSI in the 4 hours still saying down, so we're down, we're up. And we are, oops. Neutral, I suppose. So I would say we're kind of neutral. We're kind of stalling, which the rangingness of it suggests. Although that's not ranging, is it? That's turned to the upside in the 15. Anyway, that's why you've got to look at different time frames. Hourly chart. Yeah, we've touched the centre of the Bolly. It's wanting to probably go through that. We've got a definitive bottom here and a spike. Is it going to head back to this S1 area? This is just the same as the GJ and UJ. Probably wants to come back into here. I wouldn't normally expose myself, but the pound and dollar are actually, they're sort of going together at the moment. So pound dollar looks like it's going to range. But we might have a nice move here to head for this high, these highs here. A nice 40 pips. We'll try for it. Let's see where our 1-to-1 will take us. 0.25 would be about right. We'll call it a C trade as well. And just toe in the water. It's probably safe enough there, but I'll just go for the 50, 600. Yeah, we'll go for that. Just below ADR there at the bottom. Don't think it's going to go down. It looks like it's going to retrace to here and head up. Let's see what happens. Put my money where my mouth is, and we can live and die by the trades we take, and we can see what happens. I'll confess my sins in the Discord later on today. These are just little trades, but little trades feel like my analysis is allowing me to take. So we'll take that long up to there. We'll take that. Oh no, don't do that. We'll just, sorry about this. I'm just wanting to get my highs and lows in. So loss of $100. This is not in the small account, by the way, just in case you think I've gone absolutely barking. This is on my prop account. Oh, that was my take profit. So yeah, we'll take that just now, just as an early pre-London Open trade, because things can get a bit wild over the next hour or so, and then I'll review all this after 9 o'clock, after the 9 o'clock candle closes, and generally it's 10 o'clock before I'm confident in what way the market's going for the day. But these are early trades. Okay, so I can see, or I can hear, and I can see him now. I can see Evan about to come in. I'm going to switch to a different screen, and we'll just quickly do the reminder to like and subscribe. Sorry, rambling a bit this morning. That all kind of went a bit chaotic. That is kind of how I do it every morning, whether or not you guys are here or not. So MGN's just quickly saying that he has spent a day in the dark. Oh, the electricity down in South Africa does not seem to be very great. So I'm guessing that's why you were in the dark. You probably had a power cut again. But it's good to have a day off as well. Yeah, enforced time away from the pressures of whatever commitments are put upon you is often quite relaxing. Yeah, I can agree with you there, MGN. Okay, so it's Thursday the 16th of April 2026. This is the Apex Brotherhood live stream. We are live. It's 8 AM in London. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining us. Let's get Evan on the go. I'm going to switch to this screen and we'll see if Evan... add you onto the scene. Oh, you're there. Hi.
Easy, Scott. You all right, mate? Can you hear me?
Okay, so hopefully I've still got volume. Evan, I cannot hear you.
My mic's working, or at least it is today. Can everybody else hear me?
I've got you now.
You got me.
Good to see you this morning. How are you doing today?
Yeah, not bad, not bad. Woke up early for your show this morning.
Yeah, it's kind of a few glitches there. I wanted to share opening the account, but that was kind of boring anyway. We just continued on with some chaotic analysis. I'm looking for some feedback, but I don't see any feedback on it. It would be good to hear it.
It happens. It happened to me. It happened to me the other day. You can't really avoid it. At the minute, as you can see my chart, I'm in a trade at the minute. I'm still testing this automated system. Like I was explaining to Will, the founder, the other day, it's kind of got its own presets. So if you can actually see at the top, this is the preset that we're in now. So we're in scalping mode.
All right.
Can you see that all right on screen?
Yeah, I can see that.
Well, at the minute we're in a trade. It's took 0.3, but again it split it up into 0.1s because we've got 3 TPs. So every time we hit a TP, just one will disappear. As I was explaining to you before, which I'm going to have to flick to Euro USD, which is the same one. So if I go back to the 3 minute now, if I turn that off, hang on, just give me a sec. I didn't even have this pre-programmed. Alright, here we go. So if I start it off again, we're on the 3 minutes on the on Euro USD, just for a display. If you keep watching at the top there, as I keep going up time frames, it's still scalping. It's still in scalping mode, and now it's flicked to default. So default mode is kind of intraday. So we've got scalping, we've got kind of intraday presets, and if we keep going up time frame, you can still see it's default, 15 minutes, still default, and then if we start it in the 2 hour time frames and above, I think, or is it yet? No, it's 4 hour, up to the 4 hour. After the 4 hour, we're in swing trading mode. So it actually trades for swing trading as well, which the presets are there. As you can see, the last trade that it actually took, it didn't actually take that, but it's going by the actual last signal that it actually got to show you that it actually hit all 3 TPs. No, it hadn't actually hit TP3 yet because it hadn't actually been ticked. So at the minute, we're close to hitting TP3. It's actually right on top of it now. So we're close to hitting TP3. That's on the 6-hour time frame for swing trading. So that's how that sort of bot works within itself and all the presets. So that would have been a good trade to have got in. You'd have got in on this candle. Obviously there's your entry. Your stop loss would have been 74.1 pips, so say 74 pips. That's just beyond the bands. Trailing stop probably would have still been within the bands if it's actually set like that. You can set it like that within it. I just don't know what it's set for swing trading at the minute. You can change it via the settings. But yeah, no, that's it. That's it for this bot. That's what this one does. I'm going to actually turn it off there and go back to the one that I'm in.
So so that bot you showed me there, does that monitor different time frames? Will it take a trade on what it sees on a number of different time frames? If it sees them all at the same time, would it take multiple trades?
If I've got this on, which I have got this on scalping mode on US 500, if I actually had it on Euro USD and the account allowed me to still carry on taking trades, and I had scalping mode on, and like I said, it all depends on how big your account is to whether you're allowed to open multiple trades. It will actually open that scalping trade as well, so I'll be in a scalping trade, I'll be in a swing trade, and then I could even be in an intraday trade as well, depending on the account size that you're actually using.
And the TPs, what are the TPs based on?
The TPs are based on R value, so TP1 is 1R, TP2 is 2R, TP3 3R.
So the 3R, when you say that, that's in relation to what the stop loss is?
Based on stop, yeah.
And how do you dictate what the size of your stop is? Is that you, or is that the bot who decides that, and what's it based on?
That's based on the bands. That's based on the bands that you're seeing. But okay. you can adjust that by your risk. So basically, if you want the bot to risk 4% of your account, or 2% of the account, 1% of the account, 10% of the account, you actually set it to take that as in a percentage of the account. And it's also got lot size as well, so a fixed lot size. So if you want a fixed lot size of 5 lots, 1 lot, or even 0.3 lots, it will actually do it that way as well, and it auto adjusts the account size. So you've actually got a max size as well for it. So you've got basically your TPs, you're going to be always a percentage of whatever you're willing to risk.
Okay, so you've got that input. You can say I'll risk 1.5% of my account on every trade. Does that?
Yeah, if you want it like that, you can risk. Because every time you open a bot, it's a new instance of the bot. They're not aware of each other. As long as you're on a different symbol, they're obviously not aware of each other. So you can have different settings for different symbols, which is absolutely needed because none of the symbols always act the same way. So it's fully customizable.
And the percentage, depending on the lot size, dictates the stop number of pips, and that's from the lines that you see.
Yeah.
Your switching line.
Yeah, and it will always change, obviously, depending on what your risk tolerance is.
Yeah, but you could set it to I only want to open trades of 0.01 lots.
Yeah.
Or 0.1 for the indices. Okay, yeah. So, and then that would dictate the stop.
Absolutely, absolutely. Like these are all
Okay.
these are all at 0.1s anyway, but the total trade is 0.3, and the stop itself has opened up, and it's 56p.
And it's 0.3 so that you can divide it by 3 on your take profits, is that right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
That's done so it can actually take the TPs instead of actually managing just one lump sum.
And your TPs are literally just 1 times the stop, 2 times the stop, and 3 times the stop.
Yeah,
Right, okay.
yeah. So basically, this is scalping. So it's actually it's set at a low rate because I'm still trialing it. I'm still finding out whether it's pretty much behaving, which it kind of is. So like obviously it's only 58. It's only 58p the stop loss, and that is per trade. So that's not. I don't think that's not 56p for the full lot. And TP1 would have been going out at £1.11. TP2 is going out at 68p, and TP1's at 28p. So yeah, no, that would actually be total. So that would be total for the full trade, but it's actually split it up into 3 trades.
Alright, okay.
So that's not each. So I was wrong on that until I just worked it out just then. So yeah, no, that's the TP for all 3 trades, and the trades will be going out like that. So you've got a maximum of like £1.11 and almost just over £2.
Nice. And that's on your, is that on your 100 to 1000 challenge account? With
This is on that one. Yeah, we just nearly just got into profit. Took a little time, but yeah, I lost a bit through trialing a different bot. So I took a manual trade last night just to recover my losses. So I'm kind of back to square one on this one, which was 153 quid with some pence. So yeah, I got it back to 153 and again some pence. And it's just opened this trade, so we just got in this. I just put it on scalping mode. The percentages for the scalping mode, I'm going to adjust them anyway because I think they're a little bit just too loose. So I'm going to adjust the ratio of what it's allowed to actually take a trade on. So it'll probably skip some of the losers. It'll probably skip maybe 1 or 2 winners as well, but that's obviously a sacrifice to get in the better trades, even though it's scalping mode. So there's kind of a lot of work going on with this bot. You haven't got a chart up at the minute. No, I can't.
No, I've not. Do you want me to put a chart on?
Yeah, if you throw a chart up quickly, I can actually.
Oh. Alright, hang on, I can. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I can add a chart on this. 1 second. I will jump. Yeah, sorry, just need to add a chart. We'll have a quick look at the chat just while I am doing that. Will just confirming he can hear us, which is good. And Jay, very good Jay. Too much handsome on one stream, distracting from the trading. That's obviously since Evan came on. Now I'm trying to add my chart here, so I'll just, do I add a scene or do I share screen? Yeah. Oh, I can. Okay. Right. I almost had it. Apex Brotherhood. Hang on. I don't actually see my MT5 window as an option here. So yeah, I'll just cancel that just now and I'll let you go back. Is that you? Right, there you go. I think that's your screens up there now. Let's have a look. Sorry, I'll just not touch things. I'll let you sort it.
Scott.
There we go.
I will get there. I'll tell you what. I'll just do that so people can see it. This is Trading View.
Oh, sorry, I've pressed.
No, sorry. Leave it like that. Let's. There you go.
Nice, thank you. Whew.
That's the one. We're back. So this is the trade. This is a Trading View one. This is this is one I dreamed up last night. As you can see, it's kind of in a fake trade at the minute. It's going long, so it knows that it's in a long. It's already took TP1 already. We're on the 3-minute time frame, and it's on crude oil. So what it's telling me now, at the beginning you wouldn't have seen this break-even mark. It had just been stop loss and TP1. As soon as TP1's it, which it's just done, it's theoretically moving the stop loss to break even. So now we're probably going to get took out on this candle. But going to the side panel, I'm using the 50 Smoothing DMA. It knows that the regime is bullish, hence going long. It's a single candle, actually, it's a single candle entry, so your stop loss is determined by the size of the candle, and it's already looked back over 100 trades. I was trying to find out a way how I could sort of find out how it was doing on a specific time frame without actually waiting, forward testing what trades. So then I sort of thought, well, how about I get it to instantly backtest itself? So it instantly backtests itself. So out of 100 trades, there's 50 long, there's 50 short, because we're either going long or short. Out of those 50 trades, it's 47% win rate. So out of the 50, it's 147. It's lost 53 trades. Out of the 47 trades, at least, well, every single one of them has hit TP1 or more. So out of the 47 trades, it's hit TP1, and 27 of those 47 trades have hit TP2, and 20 out of those 47 trades has hit TP3, which gives us a net plus profit of 74.6 R. And at the minute, if I just get that out of the way, you can see that we're long, and it's 1 R plus. So it knows that it's actually at 1 R, we've moved to break even, and it's calculating this as we speak. So at the minute, even though we're on a losing streak, if you like, because it's taking more losers than it is winners, overall it's actually winning more than it's losing by quite a lot, to be honest with you. And that's changeable via the time frame and via the symbol too. So if I just change time frame, it'll tell me that the backtesting out of 100, it's 46%. A win rate, it's 54 losses, and TP1 out of the 46 is obviously at 46 TP1s, and out of the 46 it's at 24 TP2s, and only at 15 TP3s, which actually brings that as a net profit of 59.55R, which is still good. It's still winning more than it's losing.
That's amazing. So that's the net profit then. That's the net return.
Yeah.
Even though it's predominantly losing, your win rate is, or your R return is sufficient to eliminate that negative win rate.
Yes.
Is that right? Okay.
Yeah, and you plus 74. You plus 74 plus R on
over 100 trades.
Over the 100 trades, yeah.
And what time scale did it take those 100 trades over? How often is it?
It's every time that it passes the EMA. So every time it crosses the EMA, goes into a long. Every time it crosses the EMA, goes into a sell. There's a loss. But your risk is always determined by the size of the candle. Like I said, this one, you can see that it's played out. There's break even, which is the top, which was entry, which would have said entry. Now it's saying break even. Your stop loss is the size of the candle. So if we had this little candle here, and this little candle was your entry, your stop loss would be at the bottom of that candle, entry would be at the top, risk would be associated with the size of that, and so would the TPs.
And so that's back tested over what period of time?
100 trades, as long as the period of actual time, it depends on when it actually got in the trade to when it got out.
Right, so that's just the last 100 trades that it would have taken a trade.
Yeah.
And do you know how long that it goes back to? When was the first one of the 100? Can you tell from that, or just
I'd physically have to count them.
Right. Okay.
I'm not doing that.
Right. Okay.
I'd physically have to count them, but it's actually back testing 100 trades. So if I can actually scrumple the map up, which you won't see it properly.
Which longer than a month. Longer than a month, I'm guessing. I'm guessing it's not taking a trade. Some of these trades must play out over a day or so.
No, this is the 3 minute time frame. So
is it right? Okay, wow.
This is the 3 minute time frame. So on the 3 minute time frame, it took that one. That one in total was a 5.64, but it wouldn't have got that far unless you actually give it a runner. It would have had you all out at TP3. So I've already marked some of them out. This one is a little one. Like I said, the risk goes on the size of the candle. So I did these just to show you pretty much size of candles. This is where this one would have got in. It would have got you out at TP3. This one was a 2 before it turned around. But there's the size of the candle. So it's only a small candle, but yet the risk is exactly the same. And that got you out at a 2. So it was a 2 and then a break even. And this one was a 1 because of the size of the candle. So that one would have got you out at a 1R. And then obviously it turned around here. This one was just under a 1, but the size of the candle's bigger, along with, actually no, I ain't got that right, have I? If that's how it takes it at the candle, that self-adjusted that. That was a 1, this is close to a 2, but then obviously it turned around. You could have the trailing stop, but I've got it at just over break even, so it actually gives it the chance to actually hit TP1, TP2, TP3, just in case it comes back, nips the stop loss, and then ends up taking TP2, which I'm not really that bothered about. It's constant trading. This one looks really small, but it hit TP3, so the risk is exactly the same on that. Stop loss at the bottom of the candle, entry at the top of the candle, and it went straight to 3R. So if all these are, let's just round it up to 100 quid a trade. So obviously on this candle, that stop loss was 100 quid. It hit three times the amount, so you won 300 on that one. This one was adjusted, it was 100 quid risk, so you hit 300 on that one. This one's bigger, but still your risk would have been 100 quid. You would have got 100 quid plus whatever you moved to break even. Same as this one, you'd have got a 1 on that one, and you'd have got a 2 on that one. So risk on the candle would have been 100 quid. You'd have got 200 quid on that one, and you'd have got you would have got 3 on that one. You wouldn't have got 5 unless you actually had a runner or you programmed it to act a little bit differently. You would have definitely got 3 on that one with a risk of £100. So basically that's it, how that works. And you wanted to know, so I mean, if you count them, you can count them if you like, but in a day, let's just go by that one. There's 1, 2, actually, that's entry on the day. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. 26 in that day, but that's on the 3 minute. And whatever win rate was on that day, I haven't got a clue, because I haven't got it to split it up per day. I've just got it back test the last 100 trades. Give me the statistics for that, and let's see what it's like playing it forward. So that's that one, and that's the one I just dreamed. That's the one I just sort of thought about yesterday as I was trialing the other bots that I'm actually trying to iron out the last little bits about them, and I was like, right, well, what can next projects be? So I thought about something that I was gonna do. Something dawned on me. I was watching something dawned on me, and I thought, you know what, I could probably make an automated trading system out of that. Let's just see how that actually works out. And I was pleasantly surprised, to be honest with you. So what I'm going to do now is, you're going to see my Rebel Trader anyway, which you're going to see a blank screen, which I didn't want to do to the chat. So on that, I'm going to actually go back.
Cool. How are you today, Sam? Namaste, Mary Dost.
Oh, I've done it again.
Kya hal hai? Oh, I can't hear you. I don't know if it's you or me again.
No, I can't hear Sam.
Not getting anything. Your little microphone's not flashing on here.
Now, can you guys hear me?
Marbani.
Yeah, can now.
Right. I'm all good. Namaste.
Namaste. Maybe Tiku.
Yeah. So, if let me share my screen for a moment. So yesterday we proposed this trade, and it ended up being a loss quite quickly. Even if I were to think that I would have taken this trade when only if we closed above the line I marked, then also considering that we would have been stopped out, it's fine. There was not a lot of movement yesterday, and I am not expecting gold to move much the whole of this week. I think gold is waiting for some form of macro indicator. It might be just the indication from the situation in Iran and US. Talking about the situation between Iran and US, NAS, on the other hand, is at all-time highs, and that is very suspicious for me personally, because if you look at it from a macroeconomics lens, then the situation in Iran, the situation between Iran and the US is not that great. That I am not quite sure of how long the ceasefire will last, and if there will be a peaceful resolution to the ceasefire, because Iran is has still refused to let the Strait of Hormuz free, and given that Iran has already established that they are willing to attack all the US tech-based infrastructure. I am not a fan of NAS rallying up to such high levels. I think I personally would be very careful of any longs that I have. Even if I have a longs, I'll make sure are uh, that they are not big positions based on the time frame. I'll not be trading the higher time frames because at any point a tweet or a news from news based on the war situation can cause panic selling. That is the reason I'll be quite careful of trading NAS, especially in the New York sessions. Because currently, if you think on technical basis, there's nothing stopping you from buying NAS to higher levels. But it does not align with the macroeconomics. So that is the reason I'm quite skeptical about it and want to think about it from a more careful perspective. So gold, like I said, is waiting for some kind of macro indicators and is moving sideways both on the higher time frames and on the lower time frames. That is the reason it is not having the best time. That's the reason gold is not being at its best for anybody to trade. It DAX is moving quite well. Well, I'm sure that people are able to find some good trades on DAX. Yesterday, Zar Trader took an amazing trade on DAX, an amazing shot. I am sure if I were to look at DAX, I think for a temporary basis for the next few hours, it will be rallying higher. It has taken support from here, some liquidity also, and it will go up to these levels in my opinion. Similarly, I am having a bullish bias on Euro USD also. I understand why people can have a bearish sense, but if I were to look at the Dixie, the dollar index, looking. I believe that though there is a short bias for some time, I believe that I think there are reasons for Euro USD to go long, but I might as well be wrong looking at the momentum coming down. Like I said, like I have been telling on every stream, I am not a great trader of the forex pairs. I am much better at gold and indices. So take my analysis on forex pairs with a pinch of salt. I see that on UJ we have swept some liquidity and we are moving upwards aggressively. And I think currently on the 15-minute time frame, it is a good opportunity to go long on Euro USD also. And based on crypto on BTC, it is a slow movement to the upward direction, like a neutral bias. Currently, we are moving up, moving bullish. It is a short trend in my opinion. I am not quite sure about crypto pairs anyways. But if there was a gun to my head and I only had to trade a Bitcoin, I'll be looking for opportunities long Bitcoin right now. And coming to gold, my primary pair that I trade, I'll be clearing all the unnecessary drawings that I had from yesterday and start looking at it from a fresher perspective so that I can take some positions, hopefully take some winning positions today. So what do you think, guys? Especially on that.
I'm glad you agree
Especially
with
in
me
that
on UJ because I'm looking to long UJ, and I wasn't sure Euro. I wasn't sure. I think you were long UJ and long EU. I think.
Yeah, I think it is contrary. I think that is contrary, but on a higher time frame, I'm not quite sure of how I'll trade the EU on a lower time frame. But based on what I see on the higher time frame, like the 1 hour or so, we are on a consistent bullish. Like we are bullish on the on the higher time frame consistently. So I think that temporarily, maybe for this session also, we'll be trading. We'll be pulling back to any of these areas, and we'll be looking for a long. That's what I was trying to tell. Because
Yeah.
right now you can short it, but I am not sure how long it will last. I would keep my stops over here and aim for a 1 to 1 or a 1 to 1.5, which is not that great in my opinion. So I'll wait on EU for now. I'll skip this session and look for opportunities to long, because a short-term trade on EU is not something that I think is a great idea though.
Yeah, yeah. For me, EU looks like it's in a little bit of indecision, but it looks like there's potentially kind of 18 pips to the downside before it continues long. I think.
Yeah.
I think it'll revisit the lows on the hourly chart potentially first before it goes onwards, upwards.
Well, like Sam said about the NAS, that's what I had a little punt at last night, and that's what I got my money back in this account from, which was only a quick scalp before I went to bed. So I set up a bot. I set up a different bot on the NAS because I sort of saw it going. So this is the one that I set up on the NAS, and I was hoping to get in on a higher time frame for what Sam's just showed you, which was it going crazy, which I should have actually chosen a different bot, which I would have got in on this candle, but I didn't. I was hoping that this one might prove itself, and I was hoping that NAS would prove itself as well by coming back and retesting a demand zone before carrying on skyrocketing like it's doing to get me in a trade. Did it actually come back? No, it didn't even test any of these areas. It's just been bullish all the way. So yeah, that kind of annoyed me. I took a little scalp on it and got out for I think it was about 5-6 quid just to bring it back to where I started. And I should have left it. I really should have left it. I should have widened my stop and left it from there, and I'd have still been in it now. But it was one of them things. I got my money back. I was happy enough with that, and I thought I'd leave. I'd leave it to the bot and price action to see what happened. But no, it didn't actually come back, which is still live. The bot's still live. It would have took a trade as long as it came back rejected and carried on to the upside. But like Sam told everybody and showed everyone first off, it just didn't come back. It's just carried on. It's just skyrocketed and left everybody behind. So I was quite annoyed with that.
I see Pooley's in. Morning, Pooley. How we doing? Unfortunately, guys, I'm going to have to shoot off. It's been a pleasure overlapping with you guys. I've unfortunately got a full day ahead of me. I've got some physical labour to go out and do, which I'm not looking forward to, but it's good for the mind and soul. My entry on GJ has been taken, and I'll update you in the Discord how that goes. Let me just share my screen to see if I can do that. Window would be that one. There we go. Yeah, so my is that Euro USD? I was having a look at that. Okay, so yeah, GJ has been taken there. It's got a little bit lower, so I've got a couple of dollar cost averaging entries down to here. If it goes below here, I'm definitely wrong and want to get out. So we'll see if it takes these ones, and then that's my target up in here. We'll see how that goes. I'll update you later on. Okay, cheers guys. Good to see you all.
Cheers, Scott.
Cheers, Scott.
Catch you later. Bye-bye.
Have a good day, mate.
So talking about gold, so this is my perspective on gold. This is the previous day low. This is the previous day high. Currently on the 15-minute time frame, I am thinking that this is the range that we are trading in. If I drop down to the lower time frames, I see that on the 5 minutes we have resistance from this area, this fair value gap, if I would say so. And I am this is the order block that we would be aiming for if we were to go higher. If this would be the supply zone, and this was the previous resistance, which now turned into a support zone. Or now we took quite a few like the support zone worked out twice, so I think it is strong enough. And similarly, the resistance also worked out twice, so it is currently in an area of indecision. And I am not quite sure if we'll catch a clear trend in the London session. If you were to look at the EMAs are clubbed close to each other, which means that there is no clear direction. When the EMAs are fanning out, when the distance between each EMA is growing, it means that we have established a clear trend. But if you were to see, there is no particular clear trend that emerges based on the way the EMAs are moving. So I am not quite sure if we'll be able to catch a high quality trade on gold for today at least. But I can be proven wrong, and I will be glad if I am wrong and I am able to make good money.
So
But if I were,
are you waiting for a bounce off that demand zone?
I'm not quite sure if we get a bounce of this demand zone, because the way we are moving, it is quite possible that we reach this supply zone or this fair value gap on a 5 minute time frame and start dropping down. And I'll have to wait for some reaction from either of the zones. But so the way I look at it, there are three ways that price can. One, it starts going down, it reacts and goes up. That is way that is the first way that price can. The second is that it moves up, it reacts and starts going down. This is the second way where we are in a range filled market. And another way is that we start going up, we break to the zone, we retest and we start going up, and then we wait for a reaction over this area. Uh, Now that I think of it, there's another way. We start going down, we break this area, we go down. So these are the four ways that market can move in. And currently, based on these four possibilities, I cannot see any trade that I can take comfortably from this particular zone, this particular area at this particular moment. I would not take any sort of trade on gold, because I am not quite sure whether the price will move up or down. I'd be giving my money to the markets if I were to enter over here.
Yeah, no, I said demand zone, and it's looking like it's pushing up to a supply area, but that's what I meant, because I'm sure you said earlier that you was looking for longs in gold today.
Yes. Yeah.
Do you reckon you'll see any?
I don't think so. I'll see any. Like I said, I think gold is waiting for some form of macro indicator to move, because if you were to see the price action of past on the higher time frame for the past few days, or at least in the month of April, has been quite dry. We have seen occasionally that for a few hours or a few days, gold has rallied, but it is mostly sideways. The price action over the previous months has been clearly bearish, and it had a clear, like there was a clear direction. Right now, how there is a slow and consistent movement to the sideways with a slight inclination to the direction upwards. But if I were to see it on the 4 hour time frame from a perspective of market market structure, or what do you call it? Market patterns, yes, market patterns, then I would think that we are forming a bearish flag, or if, for all purposes. So in a bearish flag, we have an aggressive move towards the downwards, and a slow move towards the upwards direction, and then we start moving down again. Similarly, if I were to make the same analogy over here, we had an aggressive move downwards. We are having a slow move in a range-based channel towards the higher towards longs, and then we'd be going short again. And I think we need a macro indicator or a strong supply level to start going moving downwards again. If I were to look it from a perspective of market patterns. So yeah, the short term bias is long. By short term bias, I mean for this session, for this day, I think there are chances that we long, but I'll have to react on what the price does, because currently I don't see price doing much. So I can say I am almost neutral. I am waiting for price to do something to take a trade.
Yeah. And you're looking at, obviously you're looking at taking a trade on the 1 minute then, aren't you?
Yeah, I'll be looking to trade the lower time frames. If I'll find any trade, then I'll think about it, because uh, currently I see a lot of indecision. Yeah, but on the 1 minute, I can see a trade forming for this session at least.
Yeah, and it's hard where it is now in mid range. You've just got to wait for it to make a decision, and wait for it to either bounce off one of the areas that you've marked out before you can actually decide whether you're going to take a trade or not. So basically, in trading, 50%, if not 70% of trading is just waiting.
Yeah, and the waiting game. If your waiting game is strong, if you have enough patience, then I think that uh, the success is inevitable in trading if you are able to have enough patience.
No, definitely takes some patience. It does. I have to improve on that.
Yeah,
Waiting definitely wasn't what I was best at when I first started trading, and so I started realizing that it was that was costing me. So that sort of that kicked me in the butt and made me reevaluate. I can't force trades because every time I tried, I was just losing. So all I had to do was stick to the plan that I had set out for myself. Once I'd done that, I realised that it was just a waiting game after that.
yeah. On DAX, I am looking at a channel forming, and we are bouncing off this channel, and yeah, I should take a bounce off either ends of this channel, or maybe wait for a channel break if I were to take a trade. If there were a gun to my head, then I fancy some shots over here, because I see a good rejection. Based on the close of this 5 minute candle, there's a good case that can be made for shots from here to the the end of the channel, the low of the channel. Till, yeah, if I were to look at DAX and gold, that is how I would look at them.
Yeah, definitely. At the minute, man's still in drawdown. I don't know whether the trade's going to time out or not, or whether it's going to hit stop loss.
Yeah, like London session has been pretty. London session, I would say it is almost has been untradeable for an intraday basis. I think scalpers can still make enough. I think there is still enough for scalpers to make because the lower time frames are moving quite well. Well, but if you were to jump to even the 5 minutes, then it would be tough for anybody to take a trade. Like I'm quite sure many systems would be struggling in these markets, especially on gold because it's sideways. But Nas has been doing really well in the New York session. I think the New York session Nas has been doing quite well because it doesn't matter if like there's a direction that the bias or the direction. Laz is able to pick a bias and a direction at least for the New York session. It does not matter if it is long or short. At least it is able to decide where it is going to go. Whereas other pairs are largely in indecision right now. So yeah, now trading NAS, especially in the New York session, can be quite beneficial to most of the people.
Yeah, definitely need some patience there, mate. I wouldn't know where to start trading the NAS at the minute.
Yeah.
Not because it's not having any. It's not even having any pullbacks.
Yes, it is not having any pullbacks. So, but I'm quite sure that you can make a case for you to go long, especially in the New York session. I think I can find a case for anybody to go long on the New York session. So if I were to take yesterday's scenario, which was Wednesday, and Wednesday for me it would be 7 p.m. Wednesday 7 p.m. Wednesday 7 p.m. Yeah. So this would be Wednesday 7 p.m. price action. If I mark out 7 p.m. 7 p.m. local time for me. The local time 7 p.m. That is what I'm talking about. This would be the New York Open. Wait a minute. Let me just. What's wrong with this? Oh shit. Yeah. So if I were to look at it from this area, this would be the New York Open, and there was a big rejection, which and almost an engulfing bearish candle, but we recovered quite well again. You can argue that it took a support from here, maybe some liquidity, and once you have taken a break of structure on the lower time frame, on the 5 minute time frame, if you were to consider this as a break of structure or a change of character for that matter, then you could have made a case, or you could have taken it from this pullback over here where we took some liquidity from the low and started taking some support. So there is a possible case that you can make on the lower time frames. But if you were to look at the higher time frames, then it is I would also be really struggling to make any sense of where exactly can I enter, because on the higher time frames the 1 hour candle, if you were to see as it is without having any context of the lower time frame, then it would be tough for you to make any analysis on. Yeah, it would be tough for you to make proper analysis of where the pullback is,
No, obviously, yeah.
which you do more so often because you look at it from a higher time frame perspective. If I can understand why you are thinking that there is no pullback that you can trade on NAS.
Yeah, without no structure to go by, and with it just being pure bonus,
Yes.
it's just pure guess game. For me, it's a pure guess game, and I'll wait for a pullback before I start looking for trades on NAS.
Yeah, understandable.
But as we're speaking, my trade just had me out and flipped, so now it's changed its bias. We are in profit.
Okay,
We are in profit now,
beautiful.
not by much, but we're in profit, and we're looking to head towards TP1.
Right.
I don't know whether we're going to take it anytime soon, but this is on the 3 minute. I think we've got more chance of hitting this first TP than we did the other. But yeah, that's what it's doing on the scalping. At the minute it was bullish, but now it's just flipped to bearish, and it'll just keep doing that on lower time frames until it finds a trade that's actually going to win. Because I lost all 3 of them ones, but I didn't lose full stop loss. I only lost partial stop loss because of where it flipped. So that was.
I think that's a good shift.
It was.
I think the bot took a great shift, a good shift from the buyer in perspective of the buyers, because it is clearly clearly breaking out, and I think it will reach our first TP in no time now.
I'm hoping it does it while we're actually on a. I don't want it to come down and get as close as that and then just turn around.
Yeah, that is not something which is pleasant.
No,
They have to be careful about that.
As long as it takes one, I'm fine. Because from TP1, I'll be moving the stop loss to just over break even.
Right.
Which I think I've actually got the actual automated system to do that, but I don't know whether I've set that to TP1 or TP2.
I've noticed that you trade on the platform C Trader, and I think that C Trader is a superior platform when it comes to trading, especially in comparison of 55. So, what do you think? What do you think? If you were to take up the topic of platforms, then how do you rate MT5? How do you rate C Trader? Have you ever tried TradeLocker? These are the most popular platforms that prop firms support. So, what are your opinion on them?
To be honest with you, it all depends on what you're after personally. I'm after everything that C Trader provides, which is absolutely amazing. The actual platform for C Trader is brilliant. You can't basically ask for anything more. It's got your bot building capabilities. I suppose MT5 has too, but MT5 is just basically what you're looking at is just a blank terminal with MT5. I suppose that probably suits some people because it's not so busy. All you really need out of a terminal is to be able to trade, is just to enter the market, place your stop loss, your TPs, no bells and whistles really needed unless you wanted to actually trade somewhat automated, which both platforms do actually let you do. But I just like the feel, the look of C Trader, because it gives you everything that you need all in one screen. I've got my news feed. I've got the news feed that I can just click to. I can read what news issues are coming out and what have already come out. I've got the calendar, so I've got the economic calendar, so I can see the news that's been out, the news that's coming out, what time it's coming out. And also it's got auto chartist, which if you was into auto chartist, that's kind of signals providing platform. And then you've got your DOM, which you can actually judge to see which side is winning or where the most demand is for the price that it's at. And it's got everything that you need, so you can actually just flick of a button, choose whatever you want to trade. 0.3. If I went to a 0.2, it tells me there that the buy is £70.30, so I need a margin of at least £70.30 to be able to place that trade. and the pip value is 20p a pip. And if I do 0.4, which is the same, I need 140
I
pip
also believe.
margin, and it's 40p a pip. So
Yeah.
it just shows you everything visually on what you actually need to be able to take a trade before you actually take that trade. So you can decide whether you want to actually risk it or not.
Right.
And it's this platform that I know that I can actually
I also believe that.
I can extend my my push and actually push it towards full margin.
I also think that there's a lot of familiarity bias in MT5 because people have become so familiar trading MT5 that they prefer it over other platforms because it is just they have been so familiar with it. They have traded on MT5 for so long that they are quite reluctant to change because if I were to look at it, TradingView has the best is the best charting software. Nothing beats TradingView when it comes to just charting software. Yeah, it is very easy for you to uh, create drawings, remove them, and so on ease of use, nothing beats TradingView. And Trade Locker is built on TradingView. So if you like to keep your charts busy with a lot of drawings and a lot of indicators, Trade Locker might be a good option. And if it comes to CTrader, I think CTrader is overall much better than MT5 or Trade Locker because it is a lot smoother. The charts and the interface is so much cleaner, and the alerts are very reliable when it in comparison to Trade Locker and even MT5 in my opinion. I think CTrader is a superior platform, and if you were to get a prop account, then I think, especially if you're spending, if you're going for prop accounts which cost a bit more, maybe like the upwards of 25K, I think investing $10 more into getting a C trader is is better. Is better. That is my opinion, and I think going on from now, I'll be trading on this on C trader. Like I still use TradingView to chart a lot, but for executing trades, I think CTrader is superior because there are also features on CTrader where you can trail your stop loss or take set areas where you take partials.
No, exactly, and it does seem to offer that little bit more. It does look a little bit better with the comparison between MT5 and CTrader, but I mean it all depends on what you're actually after for your trading abilities really, or even what you want to see. Some people don't even want to see this because it's probably too much of a distraction, and they like what they've built themselves on MT5. Because like I said, MT5, when as soon as you open it up, it's just a basic blank terminal, and you can actually build it up how you want. You know what I mean? You can add as many bells and whistles to it as you actually want in trading. I just like this. I don't know if you can do it on MT5, but the background that I've got on here is my background. It's not actual CTrader's background. It's one of my own, and you can add your own background
Yes.
to CTrader. So you could, if you had a channel like what we're on now, we could all post the brotherhood background on CTrader in the background as we're trading.
Yeah, I think I think CTrader is more feature rich than MT5. I find it difficult to make case for MT5 until and unless that you think that it works. Why fix something which is not broken? So if you are coming from that perspective, it makes complete sense why you would like to stick to MT5 because it works. It works. It works exceptionally well. But there are better platforms out there that are now gaining some traction, that are now gaining some popularity, and CTrader is on top. I really like CTrader.
I do now. They've sort of fixed the platform. I did actually, it was a fair few years ago now, I did actually visit CTrader. I loaded it up and I didn't necessarily like the way that it was performing. This was coming from MT5. So I went back to MT5 and it was, I think it was a year later or something like that. I was watching something on YouTube, and I saw someone mention that CTrader had actually had one hell of an overhaul, and it was an update that they'd done, and that everyone thought that it was the best update they've ever done. So I went back to it, and I've never left since. To be honest with you, as soon as I actually got back onto CTrader, because I was like, I'm sure I've used that, and like, yeah, sure enough, I knew I'd actually used it. And I was like, yeah, no, I didn't like this when I first came on. And then I looked at it, I started noticing some changes, what they'd actually done. And like I said, I've not gone back yet. But what you mentioned about TradingView is with my broker, which is Pepperstone, I can actually link my broker to TradingView and actually trade on TradingView with my broker.
Right.
So on my other account on this, which is the bigger account to this, every time I'm watching CTrader platform on one screen and I'm trading the CTrader platform on the other screen, I can see it actually lighting up the trades on TradingView because they're linked. So every time I take a trade on CTrader, it tells me on TradingView that I've just took a trade.
Yes, I was talking in the perspective from a prop trader, because a CFD prop firm allows, I think, majority of the CFD prop firms allow three platforms, which is the TradeLocker, MT5 and CTrader. But if you were to look at the brokers or live accounts and future firms, I think so some platforms like Trader08 and new platforms like Black Arrow or Rhythmic Data, I think they also are good enough.
Yeah,
But
just like what I explained about the sizing and it being able to tell you
right.
what lot size and what margin you need and what pip value it actually is. Unbiased traders just come in and sort of verified that as well by saying it's easy to sad trades and
Manage it.
managing trades and easy to sad and track and all sorts. It's full of bells and whistles that are actually kind of handy to traders and what they expect and what they want to see.
Yes, to somebody who is more in touch with technology, they have a lot to tinker with CTrader and TradeLocker. But to somebody who just wants to click the buy and sell, just set up a stop loss and take profit, I think MT5 is still good. Is good for them because it is very simple. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can take it as an advantage or a disadvantage. For me, MT5 is way too simple. But for somebody who's just gonna click buy or sell, set up a stop loss, set up a take profit, for them it couldn't be more simpler. It couldn't be more better for them. So yeah, you can make a case for every platform, but I think there should be a gradual shift to CTrader or TradeLocker, because I think MT5 is quite outdated now. But yeah, it especially in markets like this, especially in fields like this, where reliability of the software is quite important. MT5 has stayed reliable for such long amount of time that I'm able to understand why people are reluctant to move from MT5 to other platforms.
Yeah, did you say MT5 is a bit dated now?
I think in comparison to the competition, in comparison to the competition, I think MT5 is far behind.
Yeah. I think C-Trader sort of caters to the do it yourself, the build it yourself part of it. Like this already comes complete.
Yes, somebody who's in more touch with technology, they would prefer C Trader or Trade Locker in comparison to an MT5.
Yeah, for sure. Visually wise, but like MT5, yeah, it has been around for a while. It is looking a bit blank still. But to be honest with you, I still kind of rate it for what you can actually do with it. It's just that visually on open, especially you've got to take the time to actually learn what the platform does, where to get stuff, how to put stuff on. Which you've got a shop for that, but if you didn't want to buy it and you wanted to do it yourself, for some traders it's probably going to be a little bit difficult. But there is sort of 3 alternatives that you can actually choose from to build that platform up with. But like I said, C-Trader's got it all. The minute you unwrap it, it's all there in your face, and you've just got one out of a platform staring back at you really from opening the box. But as you can see, we have just hit TP1.
Yeah.
And now we've hit TP1, it did actually move the stop loss to break even, which we're probably going to get it now. So stop loss itself did move. I did move the stop loss myself. So I've got the stop loss sat at 30p, which is 3 pips. I think it's 3 pips. I did set it to that. Yeah, 3 pips. In front of break even. So it's TP1 and break even plus a little bit is probably what I'll take if it taps me out now. If not, then it'll head back down to TP2, and then TP2 will give me whatever that gives me, and yeah, it'll go from there. But other than that, I'm expecting to probably get tapped out in the next 6 to 12 minutes, and that trade will be a winner, because as it's a free trade now,
Right.
I've already took a 1 on one of them. Yeah, so I'm just waiting to see how that finishes now.
Talking about that, I just entered a long on gold. I think we had a good reaction to here. And I am able to make a case for longs, but based on the recent price action, or at least the next 1 minute candle, I do not. I am not quite sure of how the trade will turn out to be. But yeah, let's wait and watch. That's all that I can do right now. I had all the time to think before I took a trade. But now, since I'm in the trade, all I can do is wait and see how price works out his magic, whether I am able to take a win or a lesson.
Yeah, you're paying the market for a lesson.
Yeah,
As long as you wait for your confirmation, which obviously I can see that it's dipped down, it's rejected from the lower end of the demand area. So you're pretty much good there, whether you win or whether you lose. You've waited for everything to line up before you took that trade. The only thing that you're subject to now is just price action. Basically.
Yes.
So you've done
Talking
everything you
about
needed.
that,
I'm actually quite sort of pleased for you that everything's lined up within a stream. I know yesterday when we was sorting the charts out, price wasn't moving as good.
yeah,
I have noticed one thing on this bot that I need to actually adjust, and that's
okay,
the TPs. I noticed that
right,
it hit TP1 and then backed away from TP1 and it didn't take it. So I know now that is
issue.
yeah. It is an issue and it's not an issue, to be honest with you. It's actually
Right.
now I know that it's programmed to do it on bar close and it's not to
Oh,
take
okay.
intra bar. which I prefer it to take TPs intra-bar.
Right, understood.
So that's one thing that I need to actually address with this. But other than
Right.
that, it's looking all right. It's nearly hitting TP2. Whether we get there or not is another thing. But there's now I can do right now. As soon as we go off air, I'll change the code. I'll get it to take TPs at intra-bar instead of waiting for bar close.
Waiting for the close of the bar.
Yeah.
Talking about that, how uh, how important do you think it is to be a good loser? Somebody who is able to lose well, who is able to manage his losses well. Because I think, in me personally, I think it is far more important for you to have a good mindset when you lose than having a good mindset when you are winning. Because when you're losing, it's a slippery slope, and it is very quick. You will start making bad decisions really fast. So I think, especially in trading, for you to be successful, you will need to develop a good relation with losing. You will need to understand that losses are a part of the statistics, and you'll have to deal with them with a lot of grace. You'll have to deal with them with a lot of patience and understanding mindset that the wins are right around the corner. You have to stick this period through. You have to take good losses and wait for the time where the tide shifts. Uh, for for anybody who is successful in trading, I think being able to have a good mindset in their losses is far more important.
No, definitely. I'm totally in agreement with you there. You've got to be able to just take the losses on the chin, and also obviously take the wins on the chin as well. I've said before that now I've got as far as I have in my trading journey. My wins are actually equal to my losses, so I'm not more excited about one than the other. I try and not let either of them bother me, because I know if I let one of them take over, then that's probably going to destroy the mindset that I've actually got in with trading. But no, definitely before losses. Like like I've said to a couple of the lads in the Discord, since I've started trading, I've never been through so many keyboards.
I don't think that sore losers can perform that well in the markets. That is my opinion. People who take it to the heart, people who think that they are entitled to a win, especially just because they put in hard work. The markets do not work like that. They work on probabilities. They do not care about your feelings or how much effort that you put into a trade. How much patiently you waited for the trade. So if you think from the perspective of how we grew up, where we feel that if you are able to put in X amount of work, you gain X amount of pay, or you gain X amount of reward. That does not translate so well into the market. So there needs to be a shift in terms of how you think, a radical shift in terms of how you think the world works, especially when you are in the markets. I think a lot of people are unable to make that distinction. There, a lot of people are unable to make the change. That is the reason they quit more often than not. But people who are able to adapt to what markets throws at them, people who are able to understand that the conventional way of how you put in the work and how you get a certain reward for the amount of work you put in does not translate well into the markets, because it's all based on statistics and probabilities. It's I think those people do well, much those people do much better than people who fail to adapt to and fail to understand how market works.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, my trade is just coming up to
A TP. another TP.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
just creeping up to TP2 now. So
yeah,
it didn't actually take me out at break even, or at least just over break even. It's actually doing me a favour this time on stream, and
yeah.
we may actually see TP2 getting took unless it turns around at any point now.
Right.
Other than that, anybody that's watching that hasn't yet and already, please smash that subscribe button, like, share,
Share,
and
like and
obviously
share. And
get
obviously, yes,
Discord
get
if you like.
yourself into the Discord. Get yourself into Discord. And, we have a lot of fun banter going there. We are always open to help you. We have a news bot which indicates you 10 minutes before any high impact or medium impact news. It is great. We have a great community there. We have even who is a personal coach. He will get your fitness sorted. I think there's a lot of value if you join the Discord. Try it out once. The links in the description. And is it in the chat? Yeah, the links are also in the chat. So it's all up to you now. Where were we? We were talking about losses. Am I right?
Yeah, being able to take losses as well as wins.
Yeah. Hmm.
But I'm just waiting for my trade to take TP2, and then I'll be a little bit happier.
Okay. In terms of prop firms, are you somebody who risks a consistent percentage on every trade, or do you believe that in evaluation phases you should use dynamic risk?
Uh, Prop firms to me, I overtrade. I don't necessarily. I've never actually took an account as serious as I do my own account.
Okay.
I kind of find myself gambling more on prop firm account than I do
Right.
my own account, and it's just it's I don't know. That's just a mindset on me. I'd rather trade my own account, to be honest with you, than a prop firm.
Right.
If you haven't got
Understandable.
if you haven't got the funds to actually trade your own account, then prop firms are awesome. I mean, you can get a prop firm these days for $5,000, and you're paying what, less than 40 quid for it.
$40. Industry standard is $40.
Yeah.
Yeah. What I believe is that evaluation phases are if you're taking a lot of time just to pass the evaluation phase, I think props are not that great because certain fatigue in terms of a certain mental fatigue starts to set in, especially if you're trading for long periods of time and it is just the evaluation phase. So what I believe is you can be a bit more aggressive in your evaluation phase. And how I look at it is that if you are winning, risk more and risk less if you are losing. So if I were to when I will be taking a problem challenge soon next week, how I'll approach it is in the following manner. I would risk 1% on the first trade. I'd risk 1% on the first trade, aiming to make 2%. And once I make 2%, I will be risking 1.5% thereafter. So aiming for a 1 to 2. So that would be in 3 trades. I would be making 8%, which would be the phase one challenge. That would be 2% on the first trade where I'm risking 1%. Then I risk 1.5 thereafter, making a total of 6%, and that would be 8%. And this is given that I am able to have a winning streak of 3 trades. But if I were to lose, if I were to win the first trade, I would be up 2%. And if I were to lose the second trade, then I would be down 1.5 and netting and a gain of 0.5%. and at that point of time, I would risk the I would risk 0.5, in hopes to make 1%, and then I'd be risking 1.5 thereafter. I think, especially in CFD prop firms, uh, especially in the challenge phases, because you are not going to make any money of the profits that you make in evaluations. Being being okay with risking a major chunk of your profit, it is okay, because also the faster you are able to get out of the evaluation jail, the faster you'll have more incentive to save your capital. You'll have more incentive to protect your capital and make money. That's the reason I think having an aggressive approach in the evaluation phases is not a bad idea. But focus that aggression when you're in profits. Focus that aggression when you're winning. Think, because when you are able to risk more when you're winning, think is a good idea than risking more when you're losing, and you start eating up the drawdown or the capital that you have.
Yeah, we've just hit CP2 on this one. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it trails from now.
Okay.
I know that it's moved to just over break even. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to trail a stop loss
Bit. Lovely.
and see what happens from there. But I'll trail a stop off myself, which is where it would trade anyway if it was programmed to. It just never moved, so I don't think that I've actually introduced that part into the bot yet. But yeah, we've just hit TP2, so that's 2R that we've took, or at least we've took 2R in 1R increments. So that's working the way that it should do, and it is on scalping mode, which I've not tested yet. I've only ever tested custom. So I've not tested any of these yet. I just went straight into custom settings, and I just did my own custom settings, which I know that I like, because they're not scalping. They're not scalping. I've already pre-programmed these for the scalping, but I've just never tested them. I've always been going for intraday trades or possible swing trades, something that I can actually stay in and just sort of forget about for quite a while. But up to now, you're seeing live the bot trading, and it's doing what it should do at the minute. Obviously, it's going to take some losses, but yeah, no, it's doing what it's doing at the minute. And let's hope that it actually takes TP3, so we get 3 out of 3 while we're live on air. But yeah, I might. When did you say you're getting your challenge, Sam?
Yeah, I think I'll get it sometime over this. You can start trading from the Monday on, the next Monday on.
Right, okay. Is it 5K?
Talking about yeah. I think it would be a 5K. I think I'll take a 5K. Talking about that, my trade has been consolidating on. If you'd say that is consolidation, then yeah, maybe there is consolidation on the 3 minute. But I can see that we have failed to make a proper move upside on the 5 minute. I can see some rejection, and since we have not moved quite away from this candle's open or close, I see a lot of indecision that is in the market. I hope the bulls are able to come through and they are able to have an upper hand and start going up, because I am long, but the the probability that the opposite happens is quite high right now. Maybe I've jumped the gun, only looking at the 1 minute time frame, and maybe I should have waited for confirmation on the 5 minutes. But yeah, let's see what happens. I still believe, because the idea was not that bad. The trade idea was not that bad. The trade idea was quite good. So yeah, it might this particular trade might just be a bad trade over the sample size of the strategy.
Either that, or you're just going to suffer a little bit of drawdown for a while before it decides to pick itself up. I mean, you're not out yet.
Yes. Right now, yeah, like I said, on the 5 minute time frame, it is in the predicament of an indecision, because if you see the open and close of this particular candle, then you can see that all the candles following it, though they have wicked up and below, they clearly did not close anything higher or lower than this the body of this candle. So for me, that is an indication of indecision, and it can move higher or lower based on there's a tug of war between sellers and buyers, so it can move up or down based on how how the market reacts, and who comes on top, whether it's the bulls or the bears. For any drawdown, no, but you can't. All I can do is just wait and hope for the best.
Yeah, exactly. Once you're in the trade, if you've passed all your confluences, you've done everything that you needed to do. All you can do now is just hand it over to the market and let price action decide what's going to happen.
Right.
But that's all you can do, Sam, is just
Yes, that's all we can do.
wait for the price action to decide if you like.
Yeah.
But man's looking okay at the minute.
Mm.
I'm not gonna jinx it, but for anyone that's just joining or joined, I've just hit TP1
Yeah.
and TP2,
Wonderful.
and I'm looking forward to seeing it hit TP3.
Yeah.
And with a bit of luck, it's probably going to do it within hopefully the 6 to 12 minutes or something like that. That's if it doesn't start going sideways. I've actually dropped my stop loss to where I actually have it just above the band. That just saves me getting a little bit extra out the market than I probably would have done leaving it just over break even. If the market
Understandable.
had to actually turn around and come back and take me out at trailing stop loss, which wouldn't have been actually that much more, but we're always after getting just that little bit more out of the market than what we're willing to lose.
Right.
So I might join you, Sam. I might actually I might actually buy a 5k account myself and join you
Okay.
on Monday.
Yeah. That would be great, actually.
So if you're getting a 5k account, I don't know what accent now, but if you're getting a 5k account on for Monday, I'll join you come Monday. I'll buy
Okay.
a 5k account. Not only will I trade me personals along with the under to 1,000.
Right.
I'll trade the 5k account along with you.
Yeah, that'd be great, actually. That would be great.
And we'll see. We'll see
But,
how long it takes.
yeah,
We'll
yes.
see how long it takes to blow it.
Yeah. So I have been stopped out. I'm talking about trading the prop accounts. I'm also thinking whether I should keep it stream exclusive, like I said yesterday. But since I am unable to find anything that I can trade that well on London session, and I am thinking that maybe I can trade the New York over on Discord. So that is something I have to make my mind up on, because New York, like, the London session has been quite abysmal, to say the least. I really can't find a case where I can take consistently good trades on the London session. So yeah,
So are you more New
I
York?
have to make my mind up on that. Sorry?
Are you more trading on New York section.
Yeah, I think New York can give me better trades, especially on Nas on the New York session. Nas has been moving quite well, so I think New York can be much better in terms of my style of trading than whatever London has been.
Yeah, you're still sort of doing you well on your on your bot. It's still in profit by the looks of it. Everything was green.
Yeah, the bot works well, especially on the 3 minute time frame. And so it looks to be up 3.3% or so, with 46% of the trades being profitable, which is great. But this does not take the commissions into account. If I were to take commissions into account, I'm sure I can knock off another 0.5%.
Yeah. Have you done much like tweaking with it? I know you've been testing it, or have you just been leaving it alone to see how it performs?
I change the parameters of the stop loss and take profit quite often, but apart from that, there's not a lot of experimentation that I'm doing with it. It yeah, it's majorly the stop loss and take profit. I think instead of leaving the bot alone to do a trade like what you do, I think having getting the signal when it enters, like getting a signal when it wants to enter, I can make a decision whether if I want whether the trade is good or not, because I can see that some trades can be avoidable, some losers can be avoidable by some amount of this discretion. That is how I am thinking about it.
Right.
Because if you go to look at it, the price action over here is very messy and choppy. That is the reason, like I said when the stream started, the price action at the present moment has been quite messy and choppy, and I would not like to trade this price action. And if I were to make a discretionary call, where if to take this trade or not based on what the bot has been telling me, I would have made the choice of not trading not taking this trade, which would have saved me two losses, and the profit from this trade would have been would would still be there in the account. So I think my particular bot cannot be left alone to trade. I think there needs to be some discussion involved in terms of how I trade personally with my bot.
Yeah. Kind of had an idea. I don't know whether I want to sort of propose it to you while we're on air or wait until we're off. But if New York session is your session, you could do an half an hour patch for New York.
Yeah, I think I can do that on Discord. Yeah, I think that will also create a good incentive for people to join and see how I trade on the New
Yeah.
York session, especially NAS, since NAS has been moving quite well. And talking about NAS has been seeing some bearish movement coming in. There's some bearish momentum that is coming in. On NAS, especially on the London time frame, I'm sorry, on the London session, which is quite weird because we do not usually see such aggressive movement in the London session. It was mostly reserved to the New York session. No, so yeah,
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Do you reckon it's going to carry on going down during New York, or do you reckon as soon as New York kicks in, we're going to
I
start
think
in a rally again?
I think it's tough to say because a lot depends on how it reacts from different levels. Else, it might just as well be that it is trying to get some liquidity from either the lows, the recent lows, or the previous day high. I think that is a possibility, where it starts gaining momentum back to the towards the upper direction again, and that just might be the case. But currently, for at least for a few more uh, like within the next hour, I see that there is a possibility for it going even further down. There is the but yeah, it all depends on how well does it react, how well do the supports, how well does the support react at different support zones. That is what I think it depends on.
Yeah, no, for sure. Unfortunately, unbiased traders come in and said he's just taken a hit on GG.
Oh, that is unfortunate, especially given that he already told us that he took a hit on DAX and Bitcoin as well. So that would be three losses for today, and it is never good to have
Was you
so many losses back to back. It never feels well. Yeah, it does not feel that good, does it?
No, I was just asking him about
Looks like Rail is my best.
whether he was short. I suspect he was going long on GG.
GBP, JPY. Yeah, I think he might have been short.
Also, it depends on what time frame he was trading on too.
Yeah. So if I were looking at the higher time frame, I think he would have made a case for longs. Yeah, I think he would have been long. Yeah, sorry. I think previously I told he was short, but there's a case that he would have taken a long based on how the price was moving, but then price quickly started dropping off. So maybe he was long and the price started moving downwards. Yeah. Oh, he was short. He was short on GG.
What time frame was you
Okay.
trading there and buying it? Because as it is now, I'm taking short on US 500.
GG.
Yeah, it is
Okay.
the 3 minute.
Right.
Which is
The 10-minute time frame and the 20-minute time frame.
kind of quite deep, really, considering we've had a fair bit of price action, really. And then obviously we've caught a decent pullback while we've been on stream.
Right.
Just not quite reached TP3 before we're getting 3 candles in a row. If this actually is bullish and we get the three white knights, then it looks like it's going to be the bottom of the market, or at least the bottom, not the bottom of the market, but the bottom of the range that we're actually hitting. And I reckon that it's probably going to go up from there. I thought that it may have come down to at least this area here, which actually would have took my TP3.
Yes.
Made me a little bit happier, but all we can do
It might just be a small pullback, or like you were telling it, it might just be the start of the reversal.
yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm buying trading
I think
on 10 minutes, and
with the
the entry was on
20-minute
there.
ATR as well.
So was the ATR stop loss above structure? So it would have been, wouldn't it?
I think I think based on the current ATR, the average true range, I think he would have taken 1 unit of the ATR as his stop loss. So if the ATR was indicating 20 pips, then I think his stop loss would have been 20 pips. That's how I think he would place his stop loss. But talking about that, since yeah, I think you would be stopped out because your SL because the price is hovering right just around your SL. But it would be lovely if it would reverse down to take your TP3 from there. Talking about take TP3 from there, I think that I was a bit early in this particular trade because once I stopped out, we started seeing some movement to upward, and this might just be a small pullback and a move towards the upper direction, eventually taking my TP. I am able to see the case because if you see on the 5 minute time frame, I'm able to see that we are making some strong bullish candles after I took my stop loss. So this might as well be a case where I was too quick into, I was early into my position, especially given that I only looked at the 1 minute time frame and did not take enough confirmation on the 5 minute time frame. Given I all of my zones and levels were based on the 5 minute time frame. I should have considered looking at the 5 minute time frame since the point where I took my entry is not very convincing if you were to make a decision on the 5 minute time frame. So I think that might be a reason why I took a quick loss on this trade. That might be yeah, maybe I should have waited. That's all I can say. But in hindsight bias, I might just as well be a billionaire. So on to the next. Yeah, I'll not think about this trade much, especially since I'm on demo. I do not feel the losses as much as I should. But I'm able to clearly learn something from here. I made a note of it already, and I'll make sure to look at the time frame where I initially made planned my trade idea from. So here I planned my trade idea from the 5 minutes, but I did not take a confirmation from the 5 minute time frame. So I made a note of it, and I'll make sure that I will not repeat this mistake again.
You're always going to repeat some sort of mistake again, Sam. You're never going to be 100% win rate.
Obviously, but like I'm able to make a case where there is a mistake. Yeah,
So I think that it's going to flip the bias. I've just been took out on that one. But yeah, no, I don't think you're ever going to be 100%.
yeah. It is just an effort. It is just an effort to reduce the mistakes. I'm not sure that it is quite tough for you to be 100% errorless, but over the like an effort, 100% effort to reduce the mistakes. That's what I'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As long as you're
And
avoiding,
this change.
as long as you're avoiding the silly mistakes, Sam, that's all you can actually do.
Right.
Apart from entering that, which I don't like, it's for now it seems like it's coming back in your favour.
Right.
But what I'd do is if you ever hit any sort of profit that's reasonable, shall we say, or whatever you
Yeah.
have reasonable, I'd move stop loss to just over break even like I did on this trade. And
Yeah, I think setting your stop loss to break even once you're at least in a one-to-one situation is quite clever because if you're not taking partials and if you're not moving your stop loss to break even, then that is not a great idea, especially in the proper environment where if you protect your capital, you survive just another day to make profits. But there are always two schools of thoughts over moving a stop loss to break even. There's one school of thought where you think where you have entered at the right price, and people believe that price might come down to that price and bounce back to wherever your direction is because that's a good price to enter. So they make a case where since it's a good price to enter, the price will continue from there. Where it might just be a silly pullback, but you since you have moved your stop loss to break even, have a you have eliminated the chance of making money. That is one school of thought. The other school of thought is that I already went. The price has already moved significantly. That now, if it comes back and takes a pullback, then it might just be an indication towards the reversal. So there
yeah,
are
you're
two
right.
schools of thought, and both are right. If they are all it matters is they are able to make peace with their system and they are able to have belief in the system and they are able to make have some favorable favorable outcome from their system. That's all that matters. And Anbay stated in the chat, he says that he does not look at the structure. He mainly looks at the Asian trend and waits for the pullback and the continuation. Yeah, that is also a good setup. That is also a good system to trade.
Yeah, I said that man was going to take me out at trailing stop loss, and it did, and it actually flipped by us
Yeah,
at the same time. So now we're in a long. Whether it's
right.
going to actually produce a
Uh,
long is another thing.
yeah.
This could just be a mini pullback and then
Yes.
straight to the downside. So that's what we could do. We could come down here, flip up. It's actually caught me out maybe, and then we're going to go straight to stop loss. And then obviously it'll flip by us again,
Yeah.
and then it'll get me into another short. So it'll be a little win versus a little loss versus whatever win comes out of that if we carry on going down. But this is a 3-minute time frame, and as I've said many a times, I don't necessarily trade smaller time frames because you always get caught out thinking that the regime's changed and we're off up now, and then it's not. It's just a pullback on a smaller time frame. Yeah, and then it carries on going with momentum in the same direction. But that's basically
Yes.
how it is at the minute. So I'm stuck in this trade. Well, I'm not. I could get out now, but I'm not going to. So I'm stuck in this trade. It is what it is. Whether we get TP1 and then it reverses, or it is actually a continuation to the upside now. Like I said, with you and your trade, all it is now is just down to price action and the markets to tell us where we are. Same as yours.
Right. The way I look at EuroUSD right now, I'm not quite sure about. I do not have a lot of confidence that it will start moving upwards. I think it's a mini pullback, but we trade our systems and not our emotions. So yeah,
Yeah.
hopefully it works out for you. But if I were to make a decision right now, then I'm not very confident in longs. That's how I'll say.
No, I reckon that it's a little mini pullback on the 3-minute.
Right.
But you can't help getting caught out on trades that you would have normally entered into anyway.
Right. Talking about that, on chat,
I'm
Sorry?
definitely going to be posting the results
Update.
in the Discord.
Right.
So if anyone's joining the Discord, join the Discord and you will see the results that you don't actually see live on the broadcast that we're doing here today. You may get a catch up in the morning, but if you want to be on the ball and actually get up to date information, then join the Discord because that's where
Yes.
I'll get out happening. And again, don't forget to like this.
Like, share, and subscribe. Unbiased State in the chat says that trend is based on pivot points, and this is his pre-London trade setup for GJ, Bitcoin, and DAX. Do you understand pivot points? I never really quite understood how pivot points work and how they are calculated. That is the reason I have stayed away from them for quite long. But do you understand them?
Yeah, it's a delayed confirmation. It's run multiple ways.
10 minutes, master.
This would be a pivot point here, or at least you'd have one at the top here. This would be a pivot point. It'd confirm after so many candles lower. I think it's 10. So 10 candles lower from the height. This would be a pivot point. This would be a pivot point if my chart stays still. This would be a pivot point here. If
Oh, sorry, my mic was on. I thought I muted myself. I'm sorry.
Did you catch that first bit there? this would be a pivot point at the top here. If 10 candles are lower, I think it's based on 10 candles, it can be based on 20 candles, it can be based on 3 candles, but it's subject to repaint. I don't know if you know what repainting is, Sam.
Sorry?
Do you know what repainting is?
No, not really.
Right? Well, if that was a pivot point, and it was a confirmed pivot point, then there'd be 10 candles below it,
Okay.
and there'd be no candles above it. But if within those candles, if that came out as a pivot point, and the 10th candle shot up past that pivot point, that new candle would become the pivot point. So it's subject to repaint. It's always the highest candle.
Okay.
It only confirms after 10, 20 candles have printed below it. So this would be a pivot point. This would be a pivot point if 10 candles are printed above it.
Right.
So that's how pivot point works. But if the 8th candle comes down lower and then it starts going back up, then the 8th candle becomes the pivot point, and then that comes back up. They're okay,
Right.
but they're subject to repaint.
Right.
And I don't necessarily like anything that's subject to repaint. Some people can make it work. It's just, for me, if I was doing it that way, it would be a delayed entry. That's all that is to me. It's just, it confirms the direction, but it confirms it when it's already happened.
Okay.
So that's basically what pivot points are. It's always the highest point in the market, the lowest point in the market, and it's always confirmed by X amount of candles that are printed below that price.
Understood.
And I think the main subject setting is actually 10 candles. I could be wrong on that, but you can set the pivot points to whatever you want.
Understood. We are almost coming towards the end of the stream. There's just 3 more minutes to the stream. So, yeah. Is there anything that you want to close with? Is there anything that you want to talk about?
No, we can sort some out. We can sort some out later from the back office or in Discord for tomorrow. I've got now really a minute apart from everybody take it easy from today. The markets are the markets already have left some people behind, including me, because I'm testing out the box. This is all right. I'm pretty much in profit there, Sam, with this, so we might be wrong, or the bot might be right. I might actually get TP. I might actually get TP1 out of this. But now, from me,
lovely.
I take it it's always wear a stop loss, says Will, and
yes.
Safe. And we'll see you tomorrow on tomorrow's stream. So see you later, everybody, and enjoy your trading day from today.
Yes, and do not forget to like, share, and subscribe, and come and join in the Discord. You'll have a lot of fun in there. All right, signing off.